Morning musings from my tiny little studio on this tiny little Greek island. Good morning, good morning. So good to be here as always. Let me get myself straightened out. Yeah, so first of all, it is March 21st, 2024. Wow. Wow, time flies since the 60s when I was born. So it is the equinox. It is in the time of the seasons on this earth where we are in balance. As many hours daylight as there is nighttime. And, we're on that balance. It reminds me of my philosophy of being in balance with, the upper areas, the more abstract areas, the more ethereal areas of our beings, of who we are, with the actual physical daily areas of our creative channel. And when you are in balance, which is usually at the heart area, right, we are able to call in our creativity whenever we want to, and not whenever creativity decides to show up within us. When we are living in a state of balance like that, our entire lives come into balance because essentially we live our daily lives in a greater state of presence. And when we are present, then we are able to be in balance. Then we are able to allow creativity to flow through us, or rather open up to the continual creative flow that is always there for us to hook into, to funnel through us, and so that we can create our paintings, we can create our writings, our books, our anything, even hanging up the clothes can be a creative process. And in fact, it all is. So I'm thinking about that, enjoying this beautiful day today. It is a lovely spring day. It is, in fact, the beginning of spring today. Yay! So moving in towards the summer, and things are going to get busy here on the island. Not until May, but, slowly things begin to move and come alive and grow and bud, just like all the wildflowers that are out there right now. So in today's musings, I am thinking about the fat over lean principle that we use in oil painting, where you kind of have to be careful how you put your paints down on your canvas in the layers, and how much turpentine versus how much oil you are using, or in other words, turpentine being the lean element and your oil being the fat element. So with each layer of a painting, you need to add more fat. You cannot do it the other way around unless you want your painting to crack, and it will. And it will. So I'm doing a video on it today, pulling it together, and we'll be uploading it to for my members first to get to hang out with it for the first day before it actually goes public. So that is what is on my plate today. The fat over lean thing, right? we need to build the foundation. There needs to be a strong basis before we can actually get out and do the more fun, creative things, right? And I've said this before and I stand by it, right? If you don't learn how to stand up and walk very well in the beginning, you cannot start dancing or twirling or doing somersaults on purpose. You can't do it. You can't do it. And in painting, especially in oil painting, there is a foundation. There is that walking stage. There are things that must happen in order for your painting to be successful. And I teach these in my online courses. And, if you have any questions, get in touch with me. I'm happy to talk to anybody who wants to learn. And so it's the basic foundation before you can build your creative home. You have to have a foundation if you want the walls of your creativity, of your creations to stand solid. And fat over lean is one of those things. One of those things. I remember I did a painting many years ago when I was still learning, and somewhere in my mixing, everything went wrong. And, a few months down the road, this painting, which was an abstract expressionist style painting of a Greek island, not this one, but another one. And I really liked the painting until I looked at it one day and the entire painting was all cracked. I mean, just little, it looked like a mosaic. And granted, that can be useful depending on the kind of painting that you're doing. If there's a certain area that you want to intentionally crack, great, go for it. But usually in the type of painting that I do, especially today, which is representational work, I don't want my painting to crack. So rather than get ahead of yourself, like I did back then, and just started throwing mediums on the canvas thinking I knew what I was doing, take some time to really understand it. If you're starting out, stick with a medium like Liquin or like the Gamblin. I'm not sure what the brand is. I don't know what it's called because we don't have Gamblin here, but like Liquin, your classic Liquin, and you can use that from beginning to end in your painting and you won't have any trouble. In the beginning, when you're learning how to paint, don't bother mixing your own mediums. Don't bother with a whole fat over lean thing. Just learn how to mix your colors, how to apply the paint, how to work with a decent composition, and learning how composition will make or break your painting. It's more the composition and design than anything else. Really understanding how your notans play a role in that composition and if your painting is going to work or not. Let me restate that. If you haven't got a decent notan, you're really not going to have a decent painting, no matter how well you paint it. It'll look good, but it won't have that underlying vibrancy, energy, that extra something that your paintings can have. So so these are my thoughts today. I am going to go right after I shut down here and continue editing and painting. I'm doing a sample painting here of this orange with the blue pot for this fat over lean example in this painting. And so I've got that coming up. I haven't got anything else today. Enjoy your day. Be especially aware of being imbalanced. Can you see within you your balancing point, this special equinox that we get to celebrate twice a year. And, just keeping yourself flowing through your breath, through moments of presence. It's all so beautiful. And with that, you guys, have a beautiful day. Be inspired. Be creative. Be you.